Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of Attacking Anxiety and Asthma. And speaking of anxiety and asthma together in the same sentence, you've probably noticed before that sometimes it's a little difficult to tell the difference between them. Like you might be sitting on the couch one day or sitting in the car, anywhere, and just all of a sudden you're going to start feeling short of breath and you can't tell, if you're about to have like an anxiety attack or a panic attack, or if it's asthma and you're about to have an asthma attack. So I've learned a few techniques over the last several months in how to tell the difference between them, and hopefully it will help you out as well. All right, and first and foremost, whenever you're in a situation where you can't tell whether you're having anxiety or whether you're having asthma, the most important thing that you can do is try to stay relaxed and kind of like keep an inventory of your bodily sensations. Basically what I mean by that is just observe. Don't react, don't freak out to what's going on, but observe your body symptoms and really get an idea of what's going on so you know how to react properly without freaking out. Because if it is anxiety, you're going to send yourself straight into panic mode. And if it's asthma, you're going to add anxiety to that asthma and make that a million times worse. All right, so number one, you start feeling short of breath. You can't tell which one it is. Check your pulse. Now, if you can manually check it, that's great. I personally am not really good at that. So I got a pulse oximeter, which you should have one of these anyway. You can check your heart rate with this. And if your heart rate is normal for you, then more than likely you're probably experiencing the symptoms of asthma. Because anxiety is fight or flight, right? So what does that gear your body up to do? It gears your body up to fight or to run. And part of that gearing up process is getting your heart rate up so you can respond and already have enough oxygen being delivered. So if your heart rate is up, it could point towards anxiety. If your heart rate is normal, it could point towards asthma. Number two, exact same device, check your oxygen levels. Anxiety is not going to drop your oxygen levels. Now, asthma might not always drop your oxygen levels either, but there's a good chance that it will in the event of an asthma attack. So if your oxygen is normal, it could point towards anxiety. If your oxygen level is dropping, it probably points towards asthma. Number three, if you can't tell whether it's anxiety or asthma, that's what this peak flow meter can be used for. If it's anxiety that you're experiencing, then that's just going to make it feel like it's tough to breathe deep because you're tense, but it's not going to affect your lung function. If your asthma is flaring up, that affects your lung function, and you will probably blow a lower reading on this than your normal. Now, using all these tools, you're going to figure out over time the best method for checking in on yourself. None of these are individually tried and true and 100% perfect for deciphering the difference between asthma and anxiety. They are merely tools at your disposal to use, and hopefully you will find some sort of a pattern that is effective for you in figuring out which is which. And most importantly, guys, if you just simply cannot tell if it's anxiety or asthma, hit your albuterol. Because if it is asthma, then your albuterol inhaler should help you. And if it's anxiety, maybe placebo effect will kick in, and hitting your inhaler you will think will help, or it'll just do nothing. All right, so two of the tools that I mentioned in this, of course, are the pulse oximeter and then the peak flow meter. You can get a peak flow meter that's more like a spirometer, like a battery powered one, as opposed to a manual one, or whatever you want to call this. You got plenty of different options, but bottom line, I mean, if you have asthma, then you should definitely have this and this in your toolkit, or at least some form of both of them. Regularly checking in on yourself is a good preventative measure, and just helps you in moments when you're unsure of your health. It will help you know whether or not you're on track or not. All right, asthma and anxiety folks, I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching this. I hope I gave you something useful to go off of. Bye.